Well, hi there, welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me at Anne's Space. And if you're new to my channel, big welcome. Thanks for clicking on it. I hope you stick around to the end. And welcome back if you've been following for a while. So this video is a continuation of my trip in Central America. In my last video, I was in Puebla. And today I'm traveling to Oaxaca. Now this scenery was probably the most beautiful of all of Central America. So I'm going to share some of it with you and then I'll introduce you to Oaxaca. So, a long day's drive today. There was an accident on one of the highways and our drive from Pueblo to Oaxaca took an extra hour. But we're here now and where the hotel is a really nice quarter. So lots is happening. There's lots of people selling things. Of course, it's the tourist district. And then there's lovely trees. We've yet to work out what they are. Jenny is from Sydney and I don't know them. So if we don't find out, I hope someone who's watching this tells us what they are. Oh, I love seeing the ladies' food. It's so good. So walking around the markets, we discover a new drink. I can't say that it was my favourite drink. It was definitely interesting, and I think it was particularly nutritious. Ah, gracias. Thank you. So I had mole the other night with rice, and that was in real dark chocolate. But there seems to be a lot of different versions here. That's interesting. So this one, the food market, is just mental. There's like rows and rows of different sorts of bread. Really busy. And it's because it's actually their holiday at the moment, getting ready for Easter. So yeah, lots of locals out eating. And there's more people out here doing weaving as well. That's pretty cool. Look at this girl. She's super fast.
Wow.
Super fast. See, that's silkworms. Yeah. So this market's wonderful. There's people doing all sorts of handcrafts, not just sharing alcohol with me. I had a few tastes of that. But I've seen silkworms, people sewing, people pulling all the imperfections out of the ready-made products. So it's a really cool market, this one. So this one is a black ant, and I just tasted it. It was like tart, but a little bit peppery. And then this one here, it's like a seasoned salt. I actually liked the flavour of that. That was quite interesting. And then this one here was cacao, but with also cinnamon and vanilla. And this gentleman here told me all about it. Just because I haven't seen inside enough churches, I think I'll go and have a look at this one. This is right by that really good market with lots of handcrafts and free samples. Well, this is quite a morbid church. I mean, lots of glitz, but oh, quite dark. So I was talking to Laura earlier today about tourism in Mexico, whether it's local tourism or a lot of it is overseas tourism. Clearly a lot of it is overseas, but Mexicans themselves tend to travel around in their own country because they've got everything that they need and they can go exploring. And we can see that here today because, like, I'm the oddity. I speak English and not Spanish. Oh, sorry.
Wow, she looks beautiful.
So going out for dinner is always fun and games. So we sit here trying to interpret the menus because they're always in Spanish. So have a look at this. So the waiters are sometimes good in English. This guy is particularly good in English. He's been really, really helpful. And there's this specialty that's here in Oaxaca, and it's this. And that's the word, and I'm not going to try and say it, but that's what we're having. We're having the top one and the third one. So yum yum. So this is one of the Oaxaca specialties, and Jenny and Jackie and I share. Edwin's got like massive meat. He's going to be like roaring. So this morning we've taken a minibus from Oaxaca and we've come up to Mount Alban. Great views on the way coming up, both of the pretty houses and also down into the valley. And we've got a local guide. We've just paid as a group. 10 of us have come, so I think it should be a fun morning.
Archaeological sites in Mexico. In all over Mexico country, this is one of the oldest. This is 2,500 years old. By the way, it is not the oldest. The oldest culture, the oldest grouping in Mexico, Mesoamerica. Mesoamerica is Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, Salvador, Costa Rica, is Olmec. Olmec is 2,000 years BC. Monte Alban is 500 years BC. 500 years BC to 900 years AC.
So up here on Mount Alban, this is the one that we're visiting, but there's two other mountains. And then on top of that mountain, they built a whole village. So this was populated for a number of years, as our guide described. So BC, and then about 500 AD, and then it was deserted. So he's giving us a really good talk, and we're looking to the north there, so we see the platform. There's a lot of original here, but a lot of these stones were covered in stucco, so they had to be all cleaned off. Stucco was original.
Mexico country is a colorful country, you know. We are a colorful country. Then look at the base how it slopes.
So it's really unusual to see these round pillars. You don't actually often see that.
It's beautiful. Around. It isn't an echo.
It's just huge up here. So they've worked out here, they used to have ball games.
Look at the pool. See?
So
It looks like
the shape of the arena.
Mostly of them. Some of them.
I've just noticed this one over here. I don't think it's stones missing. I actually think it's windows. So a lot of these you could get inside of. Obviously they don't permit that anymore, but you've seen some air vents and that's where there's friezes and murals inside. So I'm right down in one of those arenas now that I showed you from the top, and it's really interesting getting right up close to, you know, some of the old stones and things and the windows. And yeah, I know that some of it's been rebuilt, but I still definitely get the feeling of what it was like, you know. I mean, BC, what techniques those people had, the fact that they could build these things, you know, how was their design, you know, what did they do, where did the rocks come from, did they harvest, did they hunt animals? There's a lot that the archaeologists are assuming, and some that they've been able to work out, and that's what our guide actually shared with us today. So it really, really worthwhile. If you come to Oaxaca, definitely come out here, get a guide, and you just learn so much. So it would be so cool to be able to go inside. You can see there's all the steps. So it looks like I do get to experience just a little of being inside, and it's all echoey, and it's really cool. Wow, look at this. There's that monkey that I saw up on that other stone. So we've got Jackie down there. She's there for perspective to how steep this is. And we're only halfway up. Yeah, well, walking up pyramids was never easy. They were so steep. But once you got to the top, the views were just stunning. You could see for literally miles. You can see how it doesn't take long for vegetation to take over pyramids. I mean, all those others have been cleared. They would have been totally covered, which was similar to what we saw where that orange church was near Pueblo. So if they uncovered all that, what would we see? Gotta wonder. It's a whole aisle of fresh meat. They make all sorts of sausages. I don't know what those long stringy things are. It looks like we have some beef here, really finely cut. Certainly a selection, but the meat that I had last night was quite dry and quite tough. It's got to be the cleanest, least smelly seafood market / meat market that I've ever been to. There's nothing underfoot, and it's also fresh looking. So good. So it shows the different sorts of mole. There's a really liquid one. This one's called Colorado, Roto, and then that's like a blend. So fascinating. So this market's a bit different. This is where they actually smoke the meat, and you can see it's quite smoky. So people choose their meat from here, and then they smoke it to order. And it's actually a food court as well. Everyone's sitting here eating trays. It was actually good to get back out into the fresh air and just relax again. So some of the others in my group told me about this gallery just across from the hotel in Oaxaca. Sorry, got to get that right. And yeah, I've just come in, I've talked to the curator, and he says I'm more than welcome to take photos and wander around. So that's pretty cool. And like our hotel, it's this beautiful open courtyard. And I keep thinking, it reminds me of when I stayed in the Medina in Morocco. Same sort of concept. Brilliant art. Look at this. Get the light bit better. There we go. Very cool. So I discovered another gallery. I've taken some still photos, but it's such a diverse range of mediums. Some awesome clay pieces here. I walked to a different area of Oaxaca and it was really cool. Found some lovely cafes, enjoyed coffee in one of them, and just looked at the murals. It was really cool and lots of fun to wander around. So this Jalahakata, whatever, area is quite cool. There's lots of funky little shops. Not sure whether some of them are closed because of the Easter celebration or not, because here in Oaxaca they're celebrating Easter a week earlier than what we do in Australia. So like it was really busy last night, but today seems fairly subdued. And just kept discovering more and more murals. This is quite cool. This is actually sign language. But then I went back into Oaxaca and yes, I discovered more markets. So I keep getting samples of these mezcal. So this is made from agave, very strong.
Lo que le estoy poniendo es dulce. Lo voy a llenar y ya se lo reparto en el otro.
Oh, okay.
Ahí tejate.
¿Dónde está? Ahorita le seguimos. Pues tú ibas adelante.
Ahí tejate de coco.
It's always nice to go for a walk first thing in the morning. The sun's so soft and I'm outside one of the really big cathedrals. I mean, how stunning is that? It's just beautiful. So I really enjoyed Oaxaca. I enjoyed going out to Monte Alban and exploring the pyramids and just wandering around. Really good memories from there, and I hope you've enjoyed sharing it. Maybe it's inspired you to go to Mexico, who knows? But thanks for sticking around to the end, and there's more to come, so certainly do come back next time. If you haven't already, perhaps give us a thumbs up or even subscribe to the channel. And once again, thanks for watching and space, and until next time, bye for now.